Namaste, I'm Trishla Jain and I'm going to recite the prayers and meditation written by the Mother. Every day, every moment should be an occasion for a new and completer consecration, and not one of those enthusiastic and florid consecrations, overactive, full of illusions about work, but a deep and silent consecration which is not necessarily visible but penetrates and configures all action. A mind, solitary and peaceful, should always repose in Thee, and from that pure summit have the exact perception of realities, of the soul and eternal reality behind all unstable and fleeting appearances. O Lord, my heart is purified of all uneasiness and anguish. It is steady and calm and sees Thee in all things. In whatever our outer actions may be, whatever the circumstances the future has in store for us, I know that Thou alone livest, that Thou alone art real in Thy immutable permanence, and it is in Thee that we all live. May there be peace upon all earth. Thank you.
मामीरा हृदि हृदि निवसतु मामीरा हृदि हृदि निवसतु सौम्यं सुमसतु सौम्यं सुमसतु मधुमधुरा मामीरा मधुमधुरा मामीरा मामीरा हृदि हृदि निवसतु क्षीरासिन्धुप्रणोज्ज्वलवदन शुभ्रसदा शिवसुन्दरसदन क्षीरासिन्धुप्रणोज्ज्वलवदन शुभ्रसदा शिवसुन्दरसदन गहन गगना गम्भीरा गहन गगना गम्भीरा मामीरा हृदि हृदि निवसतु स्नेह सरोवर निर्मल नयन सचराचरमय सरसिज शयन स्नेह सरोवर निर्मल नयन सचराचरमय सरसिज शयन स्वर्गोच्छवास समीरा मामीरा स्वर्गोच्छवास समीरा मामीरा हृदि हृदि निवसतु वराभयवरा महती माता अलङ्कृतधरा जगति जाता वराभयवरा महती माता अलङ्कृतधरा जगति जाता नारायणानसीरा नारायणानसीरा मामीरा हृदि हृदि निवसतु प्रभातपद्मं पावनपदयो चरमचिदम्बरवरसम्प्रदयो प्रभातपद्मं पावनपदयो चरमचिदम्बरवरसम्प्रदयो शशिशुचिसुरुचिरचिरा मामीरा शशिशुचिसुरुचिरचिरा मामीरा हृदि हृदि निवसतु हृदि हृदि निवसतु हृदि हृदि निवसतु
Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Aurobindaya. Good morning, one and all. I offer my gratitude at the feet of the Divine Mother and Master before talking about the importance of 17th November. Today is an auspicious day for the children of the Mother, as Our biological mother sacrifices everything for her children. Similarly, the Divine Mother sacrificed her body or left her body on 17th November 1973, which is known as the Narayan Day of the Mother. I would like to throw a bit light on her early life at Paris, Algeria, Japan, and Pondicherry to understand her contributions for humanity as a whole. As you know, her childhood name was Mira Alfassa. She was born in Paris, the capital of France, on 21st February 1878 in the midnight at 10:15 a.m. Thursday, the day of Brihaspati. Her father was a Turkish banker and mother was of Egyptian descent from Cairo. She decided to take birth in France because France during that time was fully developed in the realm of mind and its culture and civilization. According to the mother herself, her body was prepared by Mahasaraswati in the womb of her mother. About her nationality, the mother says, I belong to no nation, no civilization, no race, but the divine. At the age of 4, she started contemplating or doing meditation. She used to meditate hours together. When she was 7 years old, she did not know how to read, but her brother helped her how to read and write. To her surprise, she learned reading and writing within a week. And even she started learning piano at the age of 10. As once she said, I do not try to play music. It is a kind of meditation with the sound. Even at the age of 8, she visited Black Forest at Baden-Baden, Germany, and she loved watching gnomes playing hide and seek without any fear. Even in the same year, she started practicing running, skipping, jumping, and sports activities like tennis, and she used to prefer to play with the older players, which shows that she likes to take challenges. At the age of 11 to 13, a series of psychic and spiritual experiences revealed to her. Although she started learning painting at the age of 7 and was doing good oil painting at the age of 10, yet she joined a big studio to learn more about drawing and painting at the age of 15. It shows her thirst for learning. She was fond of music and she had a state of bliss in Beethoven's concert. In 1888, she joined an exclusive school for formal education and also received Prix d'Honneur after finishing her schooling. And her life at Paris, Algeria, and Japan was quite different. Between the age of 18 to 20, she attained a conscious and constant union with the Divine Presence. In the year 1898, an Indian gave her a copy of Bhagavad Gita, and within a month she was able to enter into its spirit and find the Divine, the God within. Once she had the dream of or vision of Sri Aurobindo as Lord Krishna, which was identified by her when she visited Pondicherry in 1940. In 1906 to 1909, she met Alma Thion in Algeria to learn occultism. Occultism is a knowledge by which one knows the secret power of mind and nature. And when she was returning with Thion to Europe, so there was storm in the sea, and the ship was about to sink. Thion instructed the mother to handle the situation. Mother laid down her body on the ship, and her subtle body went to the space, and she found some entities or hidden forces are creating this storm. She spoke to them and persuaded them, convinced them to calm down, and later everything was fine. The mother in Japan experienced the sensitivity, vitality, and aesthetic sense, And even when she was in Tokyo, she used to talk with vegetables in Tokyo Vegetable Garden. One of her experience when she was meditating in Sahara Desert around noon, so suddenly she felt uneasy and opened her eyes. Just a few cubits in front of her, a hissing cobra was standing with expanded hood. The mother concentrated with all her willpower and looked at the snake without moving. And then she slowly drew away her legs, even while keeping her look fixed at the naga or snake. At last, the snake turned round and jumped into the pond. Even this incident made us learn to be calm, quiet, balanced, and maintain equanimity and be courageous in adverse situations in life, which will help us to overcome the problem instead of being scared of panic and running away from the situation. And her journey in Pondicherry was totally different. It was a spiritual journey of the mother. The mother visited Pondicherry on 4th March 1914 along with her husband Paul Richard. They met Sri Aurobindo on March 29th at 3:30 p.m. in room number 41. The moment she saw Sri Aurobindo, identified him as the Lord Krishna to whom she used to get in her vision or dream. The mother's behest, the Aryan Monthly Journal was launched on August 15th and continued till 1921. The mother returned to France in 1914 to 15 due to Paul Richard's obligations to the reserve army. As you know, World War I was going on by that time. Though the mother spent her time in Japan between 1916 to 1919 to experience the vitality and aesthetic sense of Japan, but her heart was in India, her spirit was in India. And during that time, 1919, Rabindra Tagore met the mother and he offered the mother to join in Santiniketan, but she declined. On 24th April 1920, the mother arrived in Pondicherry and it was her final arrival to live with Sri Aurobindo as a spiritual collaborator. On 24th November 1926, the mother took charge of ashram and Sri Aurobindo went to complete seclusion for higher purpose. She renamed Sri Aurobindo Center of Education on 6th January 1959, which was established as International University Center on 24th April 1951 for educating the children of Sri Aurobindo's devotee. She even inaugurated the International City of Aurobindo near Pondicherry on 28th February 1961. On 17th November 1973 at 7:25 a.m., she decided to leave her body. She left her earthly body for our purpose. And on 18th November, in the early morning, her body was laid in a state on a bed in meditation room for the darshanas of the devotee. And finally, on 28th November, her body was laid in a second chamber of the Samadhi next to Sri Aurobindo in Pondicherry Ashram. Hence, it is my urge for all the students of Sri Aurobindo International School and the children of the Divine Mother to know more about them and put into practice at least one quality in this life given by them. This will be the best offering at the feet of the Divine Mother and Master. Finally, I offer my heartful thanks to Chala Didi and Jayasri Didi for giving this opportunity. Namaste.